Hey guys, this is Jordan, and I just wanted to come out with a video on 10, or actually not even 10, 6. 6 tips on how I became a trillionaire in BDO. Okay? This is literally through all of life skilling. The majority of my net worth in BDO for the past 4 or 5 years that I've been playing the game has been made through life skilling. My net worth's over 2 trill. In the picture, I showed just a little bit of my net worth. Um, but I wanted to give some tips for new players or for just like players overall that are trying to make money in life skilling. So, number one, my very first tip is going to be follow the bottlenecks. What does that mean? Well, similar with grinding, right? So similar with grinding, if we go over here, this is called a bottleneck. A bottleneck essentially means that it keeps out players from being able to just buy and then upcraft. Okay, so this is a bottleneck. Um, this would be considered a bottleneck, right? Players can't just buy the Debo neck and then just go ahead and upcraft for profit. A lot of the players have to go grind in order to get the necks, or any of the Debos, for example. I can go to any of the Debos, right? And all of them are bottlenecked. So this is usually the reason why there's a bottleneck is because there's not enough supply or enough sellers in that market, and there's more demand on the upcrafted products. Okay, so another example would be lion meat. Okay, doesn't sit on the market. Cooks can't just buy as much as they want, and then upcraft and cook it. So following the bottlenecks, this has made me tons of money. Couple ways that I made tons of money. Life skilling was through cooking. 3 years ago, cooking, all the meat was bottlenecked. Therefore, the player had to go get the meat in order to upcraft it via gathering, via hunting. So following the bottlenecks will typically give you tons of profit or tons of money, be worth your time. Another example would be like truffle mushrooms. Go gather those. You'll make tons of money upcrafting those into detection elixirs. Another example would be like platinum. Okay, so platinum, bottlenecked. If you have the nodes, upcraft it, you make tons of money upcrafting it all the way up to pure platinum crystal. This is why, because there's a huge demand for the T10s. Okay, that's why it's bottlenecked. So following the bottlenecks, if you follow the bottlenecks, you'll make tons of silver, and more than likely it's worth upcrafting, but not all the case. It depends on how much money an hour you're trying to make in BDO. My second tip is going to be read the patch notes. If you read the patch notes will essentially tell you what is going to happen to the market. Okay, and what I mean by this is we had a recent, not very recent, I think this was a couple months ago, Tet Debos, for example, used to be around 100 bill. So they were 100 bill a couple months ago, and we got a patch note that said, we are going to increase the supply of the Debo. We're going to increase the supply of it, essentially, is what the patch note said. So what happened with the end products is the end products started to dump. So read the patch notes. The patch notes will essentially tell you ahead of time what is going to happen to the market. You can take advantage of this a lot of the time. And you'll be able to know when to sell things, when not to sell things, when to hold. The patch notes basically dictate the market. or give you kind of like hints to the market, what's going to happen to the market. Another example would be like, for example, we're about to get Decia Murmock, Decia Crescents, Decia Cadre. We're about to get some new Decia spots. Well, one thing that you could look up that would deal with life skilling would be, let me close these windows. Let me Google search this real quick. BDolytics. Or not BDolytics, Garmoth. Not that website. Garmoth.com. Here we go. So we're getting these Decia spots. Well, what is that going to deal with life skilling? Well, if we come here and we go to the grind zone, what we could do is we can kind of just like theory craft, like, what's going to happen with Murmock? So if we come over here, we go to Murmock, well, we can kind of look at the items of the market, right? We can look at these little items that are with regular Murmock, and what we can probably say is going to happen, you're going to get more silver, you're going to get more blackstones, you're going to get Caphras, you're going to get Forest Furies, right? Now, if I come to the market and I go to Forest Fury on NA, oh, look, it's sold out and it's bottlenecked. So we can potentially just think, okay, so if we're getting a Decia Murmock spot, potentially that is to bring in more Forest Furies into the market, thus bringing down this bottleneck, okay, increasing supply. These are things you're going to want to pay attention to when it comes to whatever PA will talk about. You're going to want to plan for this. What else do we got? If I back out, this could also help alchemy. So if we go over to Murmock, right, we go over to Murmock. Murmock. If you look here, this tells you what type it is. It is a Kama mob. What does that mean? Well, that means people that grind it will be using Kama elixir. Okay, so it's going to increase the demand of Griffin elixir. That's something that you can plan for, right? They're going to be coming out with Decia Murmock, Decia Cadre, Decia Crescents, and I think it was Decia Gyphon. Gyphon also is a Kama type. Now, if we go to Cadres, Cadres is a human type, so maybe human elixir will increase in demand. And then Crescents are demi-human, so maybe demi-human will increase in more demand. And you can look at all the stuff. It'll be interesting to see if they add the Adonis, which they could, because if we go over here, we go over to the potions, and I scroll down and I go look at the potion prices. They are somewhat rising to the top, or becoming a bottleneck. So similar with this, look at all these people trying to buy potions. So potentially PA could be coming out with these Decia spots and adding the potion Adonis, so then people can upcraft these and then sell these, bringing this down in price. So kind of theory crafting, read the patch notes, right? The patch notes are a big indicator with what's going to potentially happen to the market. So I like to plan ahead when it comes to patch notes. I kind of understand the way the market works because I've been playing the game for a long time. Record your own data and spreadsheets. Number 3, record your own data. Don't just listen to what other players tell you. So for example, if a player tells you life skilling sucks, that's generalizing the whole entire life skills section. Not all life skilling sucks. There are really good life skilling stuff that you can make generally close to end game grind money. Grinding is not the only way to make money. Life skilling is also another way to make money, but um, just make sure you record your own data and create your own spreadsheets. There's a lot of spreadsheets that aren't even on anything. Now we do have Videolytics, which just shows some recipes, and it kind of tells you what is good, what is not good, what is worth doing, what is not worth doing, as far as the amount of silver per hour you make. So you can use this to kind of your advantage as well, to see what is good money, what is not good money. And if you mess with the tabs as well, it'll change the money an hour because you're doing a different activity. So get familiar with Videolytics. It's really, really helpful. And also record your own data as well. You could do this in Garmoth if you wanted to. So you can come over here, you can go to the life skill section, and for example, I have like some different ways that I've been able to make silver, just recorded data, and it tells you down here how much silver per hour the activity is that I've done, and yeah, just create your own spreadsheets, record your own data. Number 4 on ways that I've become a trillionaire in BDO: investing. Take advantage of the player base when it comes to min price items. I always preach this on my stream, is if you want to get really rich in this game, it comes to buying min price items. And the reason why min price items are really good to invest in, so for people who don't know, a min price item is a down arrow. Basically what that means is that item will not go lower. That is the lowest amount the item can possibly go to. Now, ways that I've made tons of money doing this is by investing. So taking my own silver and going and clearing out bottoms of different markets, essentially spreading my silver across the market. Now, typically what PA does is PA will then come out with items or increase the demand so that that item gets off the ground. A good example of this was a couple years ago, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, Powder of Flame used to sit min price. Millions of Powder of Flame was min price. Well, now you go look at Powder of Flame, we are max price. So if you would have invested in this item years ago, like 3-4 years ago, you could have made like a 15x for whatever amount of silver that you put in. Now, the positive part about investing in min price items is that the item cannot go down, so you don't lose your value that you invest in. It can only go up. So that's why investing is really, really good in BDO, because you essentially lock in your silver into a material, and over the years the materials will eventually rise. They will not sit min price forever. There are some items that have sat min price for a long time. One that I can think of is like Clown's Blood. This thing has sat min price for a long time. All PA has to do is go, hey, here's a new quest. You need 50,000 Clown's Blood and you get 1,000 Caphras. You know, they could come out with anything. PA is basically in charge of the entire market. They can take any item off min price at their will. They can take any item off max price off their will. All it takes is a patch note, takes a quest, takes a new item that they create, and so you'll be able to take advantage of a lot of players. A lot of players will sell items that are min price. Now, when it comes to investing, I don't recommend it until you're near end game or till you're You're basically already 2K mastery in life skilling. You could do this via grinding as well. If you're a grinder, you can invest as well. Or however you make your silver, and then essentially just dump your silver into items that are min listed, and you essentially just hold it. You don't lose value, so the item will sit in your storage. I can like show many different items where I've invested tons of silver into. I can go to like my alchemy storage, for example. I have like 8 million powder of times, 6.9 million powder verse, 8 million powder rifts. I can go to like my fruits. I bought all these around min price, 1.4 million. So a lot of these items go up in value because PA will increase the demand, or will come out with new items that will use that item, new recipes, new stuff. So keep that in mind. The game has to get new to continue, and what PA will do is usually PA will look at oversaturated markets and then create a new item that will then push that item up, and you can make tons of money off of that. So that's how I've made tons of money, is investing. Level up all the life skills. Now the reason I recommend this is because although not every life skill makes tons of money, like a lot of the majority of the money making in BDO when it comes to life skilling has to deal with the active work. So gathering, hunting typically makes way more money than cooking, alchemy, or processing. That's where the majority of the bulk of making money is. And so you're going to want to level up all your life skills. And the reason why is because things could change. For example, alchemy used to make like 50 mil 3 years ago. It was terrible money. Barely anyone did alchemy. Well, now alchemy is making a little bit more nowadays, maybe a 300 mil plus an hour. Still really, really bad, but it makes a lot more money than it did back then. So you're going to want to level up all your life skills, because there could be opportunities that you could get behind in and miss because you don't have your life skills leveled up. So I do recommend branching out. Now, if you want to wait until you have the gear to branch out, that's not a bad idea. Or if you're just tired of doing the same stuff, then branch out. So I do recommend leveling up all the life skills. Don't just stick to one life skill and that's all I do. I mean, if you want to do that, you can. It's your choice, but I don't recommend it because markets change. For example, cooking was really good 3 years ago. Cooking nowadays is not as good as it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, it was near end game money. So you could either grind, I think it was like 300 mil an hour. You could cook 300 mil an hour. So both were in line. They were both pretty balanced. Both were really, really good activities. Well, nowadays you have like grinding making like 1.5 bill plus an hour. You have cooking making like 1 bill or lower an hour. So it's not matched up with grinding. So grinding would actually be a better alternative than cooking for making money. However, it doesn't mean don't level up the life skill. I still recommend leveling up everything. Just understand that markets change and life skills change with what makes good money, what doesn't make good money, etc. Number 6, stop min listing, killing your own profits and your own money an hour. See a lot of players do this, especially in alchemy. You kill your own money. So stop min listing. It does not make the item sell faster. Yes, you're going to get the silver first, but you are not going to make, you're essentially killing your money an hour. A good example of this would be like I'm sure I could go across the market and look at, I could probably find something that is like min listed. Maybe like in the meal market or something. No. Okay, let's go to alchemy maybe. Alchemy normally is notorious for min listers. Let me see. I mean, we could probably go to like that. Nope. What about this? Nope. Okay. What about this? Nope. Okay. Trying to pick random ass markets. Nope. Let me try this maybe. Alright, now I'm just stalling. I cannot find anything that is min listed. I'm actually proud of you guys on NA. But yeah, don't min list because you kill your own profit. Look at this thing. Woo! This is kind of like dumping. So this is a good example. So essentially you kill your own market. If something becomes bad, you just don't do it anymore. I see a lot of players that just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. When it does not yield good money. Just because they're comfortable with it. You need to branch out. Yeah, look at this, dude. So people are making 110 mil selling Giants Draft. Why would you even waste your time doing that? It's such a waste of time. So adjust to the market. I don't recommend min listing. You're killing your own profit per hour. If a market crashes or a market comes down from maybe another player dumping their mats, let them make less money an hour than you. You just keep focusing on making more money, looking for branching out, looking for more markets that you can make silver in. This has helped me become a trillionaire in BDO. And hopefully this will help you guys out. These are tips that I typically stick to, that I have made tons of money in. Playing Black Desert online. So hopefully that'll help you guys out in getting rich in BDO. If you guys have any other questions or any other tips maybe you would like me to talk about, this is typically what I have done that has made me tons of money in BDO. And yeah, you guys have fun and I'll see you later. Peace.